Real Black Consciousness
Real Black Consciousness Forum.
What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them. So.
That the old generation that loved slavery, suffering, to death, that loved this Egyptian way of life, they had to die off. So he isolated them in the desert so he could feed them, clothe them, and most importantly, now we're just talking truth and facts based on the story, he had to brainwash them too now, in a literal sense, with the Torah. They got like 613 laws or 617 laws, I forget the number. But he banned them from mixing with the surrounding nations. Now, don't be mixing your blood with these Canaanites and these Jebusites, and y'all know the story, right? If they stepped out of line and started worshiping outside gods, the earth would literally open up and swallow them, right? We seen this story with Moses, Aaron. There was some back and forth.
Did you know that the ground once opened up and swallowed people alive during a rebellion in the Bible? This is the shocking story of Korah's revolt against Moses. Korah was a Levite leader who got jealous of Moses and Aaron's power. He gathered 250 important men from Israel and started a rebellion. Korah was smart about it. He used democratic arguments, saying all of Israel was holy, so everyone should be able to be priests and leaders, not just Aaron's family. The rebels challenged Moses publicly with incense burners, turning it into a trial by ordeal. Moses said God would show who was really in charge through supernatural judgment. Then something terrifying happened. The earth literally split open and swallowed Korah's entire household alive, along with their tents and everything they owned.
Strictness was the key. Where else do we see strictness, V? Well, we see it in Yakub's island. Yakub didn't even live it out to see the whole 600 years process. He just got it started, but through strictness, those that was his helpers worked the plan all the way out. Yakub did the same play, just on a different scale. He couldn't do his genetic experiments in the holy city of Mecca. The righteous people wouldn't allow that kind of disruption, and so okay, he took his 59,999 followers and he moved them to an isolated island of P-land, which is, Patmos. They got another name for it, but we'll say P-land and Patmos. It's another name for that island, but different story for a different day. It's in the Aegean Sea. So once they got on that island, Yakub established now a highly controlled military society, military mind frame. He implemented strict laws, and these laws were surrounding marriage and reproduction and medicine. And okay, he had the doctors and nurses on the team now. And on that island, they had to follow his manual letter to the T. They had to follow this to the T now. It wasn't on, if you falling out of what he, deaf brother, deaf sister, the doctors and nurses, again, on that island had to follow his manual to the letter. So if a nurse let a dark baby live, or if anyone tried to break the rules of Yakub's grafting process, see, that penalty was severe, is death. It was a zero tolerance bubble. He's trying to make a new people. It's a strict code. Now, here's a parallel now, right? The wilderness and the island. The wilderness for Yahweh and the island for Yakub. It served the exact same functional purpose in these stories. They are clean rooms. Both Yahweh and Yakub knew that if you want to build a new mindset or a new people, you cannot let them mix with the old world. Separation isn't just a physical move. It's the ultimate move when you want to have ultimate control. It's the ultimate move for ultimate control. It ain't no way around it. strictness, quarantine. That's it. If we look at, beloved, how the daily operations was put in place, these stories to me they so unique now. The daily operations underneath both Yahweh and Yakub, it was this obsession with purity and regulations. It's identical. You just can't eat what you want. You just can't marry who you want. You just can't live how you want. When you take those three and you roll them up, what do you get? That's called the Levitical code. The Levitical code is what? You can't eat what you want. You can't marry who you want. You can't live how you want. Go back, beloved, and read the book of Leviticus. Yahweh is laying down the law, strict detail. Hey, look, I don't want y'all eating no pork, no shellfish, no bottom feeders. You can't wear no clothes that got mixed fabrics. I don't want to see y'all with no linen and wool together. You can't marry them black people. You can't intermarry with them Canaanites and them Hittites and them Amorites. You can't do it. If you touch something unclean, you're going to be banished from this camp until sundown. It's strict laws. Now, this wasn't just about no hygiene now. This psychological now. This is a psychological tool to make the Israelites realize every single second of the day that they were different from everyone else on the planet. Now, this is Yahweh. Let's pivot. Let's take a look at Yakub, because he had some regulations on Patmos too. So on Patmos, Yakub's laws was just as strict, just as the same. Focus entirely on success of the what? The genetic experiment of bringing about a new man. He gonna work this genetic experiment all the way down to we get to the finished product and it can't go no further. So that means birth control laws were absolute. You can't sleep with who you want now. You can't marry who you want. It ain't gonna work like that. The people was given specific diets and regulations to keep them healthy enough to reproduce according to the plan. See, the entire society was structured around what was clean. You gotta do it this way. You trying to birth a new people. So everything is around what was clean and what was unclean. Anything that would revert the genetics back to the original was unclean. We can't have the black with the black no more. We can't have the black with the brown no more. The brown got to be with the brown. The red got to be with the red. The yellow got to be with the yellow. And the white got to be with the white. You can't marry who you want. You can't sleep with who you want. Can't eat what you want. That's the parallel. That's the parallel. Both of these systems now, they use the daily lifestyle restrictions as a method of psychological branding. See, dig this. When the figure commands you to control what goes in your mouth, what touches your skin, and who you can love, and they are completely dominating your reality at that point. Yahweh and Yakub both understood that true power isn't just ruling from above. It's ruling the simple seconds and minutes and hours of your everyday life. This is the 4D chess move, beloved. This is the 4D chess move right here. Checkmate. Every second of your life, I gotta have it. Look, Yahweh and Yakub, beloved, they wasn't making no moves just for the moment. They playing a long game. They playing what the religious people call the prophetic game. that spans thousands of years. See, their actions are used in the respective doctrines to explain the entire trajectory of global superpower shifts. Look at the timeline. Look at the timeline. In Yahweh's case, you got a promise first. You got, because it's the covenant, and then you got the Abrahamic dispensation, and then you got there's some bondage, then there's some exile, then there's some final judgment. Boom, they walk into that kingdom. Think about it. Think about the stories that they give you about the Israelites. We just summing it up. It just come with the Yahweh meet Abraham. It start with a promise first. Start with a promise. This belief that Abraham had, it counted as righteousness, the book say. Okay. Now you got the covenant. This is Abrahamic dispensation right here. And then in this Abrahamic covenant, in this Abrahamic covenant is bondage. Then is exile. Because that was, remember when Yahweh was talking to Abraham, but Abraham had to catch him at night. This is the part that a lot of the religious people miss. See, Abraham cut us some animals. He cut us some animals because Yahweh loved these animal sacrifices. So he cut us some animals. He waiting for Yahweh to meet him. So the sun is setting. So while the sun is setting, the vultures are coming out. So Abraham got to shoo the vultures and buzzers away. He got to make sure don't nobody get to these dead animals, because these dead animals is for Yahweh, right? So, okay, the sun is setting, and now you see Yahweh comes. And the book say Abraham went into a trance. And then in this trance, this is where he's getting the prophetic, he's getting the prophecy of what's going to happen to his people. They're going to go and be a stranger in a land that is not theirs for 400 years, blah, 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 all that. You go back and you read it. Abraham is in a trance when it's happening. In fact, the word that is being used there is the same word that was used when the Adam or the Adam was put to sleep. That's the terminology they was using before Eve came. You go look at that word. It was no sleep. He was put in a trance. Now, a trance is like it's a more of a mind altering kind of state. It's not sleep. Sleep, you just out. You don't know what's cracking. But the trance is different. It's like a mind altering kind of deal. Well, that's where Abraham was at. And then Yahweh telling them about some bondage that's finna come. Okay, boom. So it's the story with Joseph and everything in it. Oh, okay, it's a famine, blah, blah, blah. They go and spend so many years in Kemet, and they come out. This is the exile. Then it's the final judgment. They're in the wilderness. Everything is what it is. Then boom. I think it's Joshua. It's Joshua that take him, the commander. He takes them into the kingdom. He destroys so many 30-something city kingdoms, Canaanite. He killed a lot of black kings, and the Semites walk in. Now, that's that. But look at Yakub's timeline. The 6,000-year rule of the grafted world. That's the timeline. It's coming out of Patmos. It's 6,000 years to rule when the people come out, and then everything's going to return to the original order. So Yahweh's dispensation of power is like, because you go throughout the Old Testament, Yahweh lays out a blueprint for the future. He tells, again, he's telling Abraham straight up, your descendants are going to be strangers in a country that is not their own. And, they're going to be enslaved and mistreated for 400 years. But he's going to punish the nation they serve as slaves, and afterward they're going to come out with great possessions. See, Yahweh controls the clock. He decides when Babylon rises. He decides when Rome fall. Rome can rise. He decides when they fall. And then the Messiah arrives. So the entire biblical narrative is a countdown to the final cleanup, right? It's the day of judgment, what they call in the book, where the original order is restored and his people take down, or they take the crown permanently, right? Okay, so that's the story about out of the sky. It's a new new heaven. It's a new Jerusalem, and it's coming out of the sky and it's coming down. It's going to be positioned on earth. And something like 1,000 years. I gotta go back and look at it, but I'm just pointing out like the time. It's gonna get turned back after the day of judgment. The original order is restored, and his people, Yahweh's people, gonna take the crown permanently. Now, look at the 6,000 year lease that Yakub talked about, though. See, in the Nation of Islam theology, see, Yakub's creation wasn't a random accident that got away from the authorities. No, it was permitted by higher powers as a part of a grand cosmic cycle. See, Yakub's new people was destined and budgeted to rule the earth for a specific block of time, 6,000 years. During this era now, they would dominate through a system called technology. We talk about that a lot, you know, tricks, lies, and deceit mixed in, beloved, with a little technology. But it's kind of like you look at Yakub's timeline, it's a little bit like Yahweh's timeline, because Yakub's lease have an expiration date, 6,000 years. The end of that 6,000 year cycle marks the arrival of the Mahdi, or they call the Messiah, to end that rule and put the original people back on top. So it's like a flip-flop, but it's still some parallels in that, because it's like this. It's like the ultimate macro similarity. Both figures are used to answer the deepest question humans being, you know, because we have a lot of questions as humans. So in my estimate, they're asking the deepest questions that human beings ask. Why is the world so messed up right now? And who allowed this to happen? So the answer out of the East, through these concepts of the biblical text written by Jews, or the concept that was brought from the East by Master Fard Muhammad, they pretty much saying the same thing a different way. One in the biblical world is saying, okay, well, Yahweh allows these wicked nations to oppress his people. He just testing them. He punishing them. They was breaking, he gave them some commandments, they breaking the commandments, so he got to keep putting them in slavery, keep whooping them, beating them down. But ultimately, he gonna glorify his power in the end, he gonna put them back in top. That's just how it's gonna work. But the Nation of Islam world, it's almost the same, but it's a little different. Why is the world like it is? Why is it so messed up right now? Well, Yakub's creation is allowed to rule for a set of time to show the limits of material mastery before the spiritual order returns back to normal. See, it's that, again, it's that macro similarity. Both of these narratives use like a strict historical countdown to give their followers hope that the current matrix that they living in is just temporarily. This ain't no eternal thing. It's temporarily gonna be this way. It's temporary. Pardon me. This ain't no like, but they giving you timelines. One 6,000 years, the other one is, well, see, it gets tricky with the Christian, because the Christian, the Jew kind of like waiting on the Messiah. The Christians say the Messiah have already came. This is where the Jew and the Christian disagree. Because in the scriptures, the Jew ain't got nobody, no Messiah that's gonna come. He gonna leave, he gonna come back again. They ain't got that. The Christians say, well, the Messiah that the Jew waiting for, he came, he left, he gonna come back again. They don't have that. You see what I'm saying? That's the little issue with that. But we're gonna put this on the table, and then we're gonna close out. Because this is something I just want to take my time and talk about. I always wanted to just bring this topic up. Put it out there to the village. See if they can see some similarities too about these two stories coming out of the East. Right? The emergence of a rebel archetype. To really understand the weight of these two figures, in my estimate now, you got to look at how they handle friction, rebellion, and the concept of opposition. Two figures from the East, Yahweh, a maker of Adam, Yakub, a maker of the white man, who we also call Adamites. This is where the stories mirror each other in a fascinating way, right? Inverted way, fascinating way. When Yahweh go against the rebels in the biblical text, Yahweh is generally the ultimate authority. And drama always comes from people trying to buck his system. Think about the stories that they tell us. The Jews about Yahweh. Think about it. Where's the issue? Where does the issue always stem from? Somebody trying to buck his system. So they give us the story about Lucifer, right? Satan was the number 2 guy. Yahweh the number 1 guy. Satan wanted Yahweh's spot. This if you're a Christian now. This is how the story goes. If you're a Christian, if you're a Jew, it don't go this way. Because if you're a Jew, you know, Satan is really an angel. He's a prosecuting attorney. He's on Yahweh's divine counsel. But it ain't like that when you're a Christian, right? Christians give you the story about Satan was rebelling. He's Lucifer. He rebels in heaven because he wants to be like Yahweh. That's an issue. Adam and Eve eat the fruit because they want the knowledge of good and evil. They bucking the system. He told them don't do it, they do it. The people build the Tower of Babel because they want to reach the heavens on their own terms. Bucking the system. So Yahweh is like, you look at how the Jew write the story about his deity. Yahweh is constantly defending his throne against upstarts who want to hack his creation in the way that he do things. Yakub, though, he's like an ultimate disruptor. Because in the Nation of Islam narrative, the roles flip, but the energy is the same. See, Yakub is the rebel. He's like the rebel archetype. Think about it. He was born into the original, the peaceful. He was in the harmonious society of Mecca, the Holy Land, and all this old, yeah, it's heaven on earth, like, right? Around the righteous people, the original man and woman. But because of his superior intellect and his massive brain, he saw flaw, he saw potential to create friction. So he started preaching the doctrine that caused arguments, that caused divisions, that caused fights amongst the righteous. in the holy city of Mecca. So he became such a headache, beloved, that the authorities, the king of Mecca basically just told him, hey, look, we're going to give you whatever you want. Just take your followers and just get up out of here. Bounce, bro. Get up out of here. And that's how Yakub took that exile and used it to build his own kingdom from scratch. Now, it sound like two different stories. Sound like it. But let's talk about the parallel in it, though. See, whether a figure is sitting on the throne dealing with rebels or acting like a genius rebel disrupting an ancient empire, which would be Yakub in this situation, both stories show that you cannot have a massive shift in human history without a major theological or scientific rebellion. It got to be a shift. If it's Yahweh, it got to be some kind of shift to make it go. It got to be a Lucifer story, because it starts off with it's everything is a perfection, and then it's a shift of Satan that turns everything, and they give you the story. He took a third, blase. But when you get down to the Yakub story, everything is still going well. It's the shift in him. So it's showing you nothing can change. Nothing does change in human history without the major shift. It's rebellion on one side or the other. But look, in this case, they both represent the ultimate disruption. Now, the status quo. One creates a world and fights the rebels. That's Yahweh. The other rebels against the world to create a new one. It's like this reverse mirror, it's like the metaphysical versus the physical. Because now we got to look at the whole picture, and we got to really, okay, we're going to put everything out on the table. What we are really seeing is a reversed mirror image. The similarities are deep because they're dealing with the exact same concepts of separation and law and destiny. It's the same thing, but they project it into different dimensions, though. If you look, we looking at it now. We just looking at it. It's just it's a reverse mirror, but it's Yahweh more like on the metaphysical side, and then it's Yakub more on the physical side. Because Yahweh, he's going to operate. He's coming from the spiritual realm. He uses miracles and divine decrees, and he gonna command through prophets, right? But look at Yakub. It's physical. It's different. He coming out of the laboratory. He's using his knowledge of genetics and scientific laws, and he's going to command through technicians. Yahweh he's the metaphysical version of this same archetype. He doesn't need no test tube because his word is the law of physics. He doesn't need an island because he owns the earth. He demands worship because he is the source of life itself. This is how it's written in the Jew book. Yakub, on the other hand, is different. He's wrong. Physical. He's a materialist. He got a version of that exact same energy that Yahweh got. See, he represents like this. The way that Yakub represents, he represents what happened when you take the attributes of a creator God, you take the jealousy and the strictness and the separation and the long-term planning, and you put them inside the brain of a human scientist. He doesn't perform no miracles no more. He performs experiments. He doesn't send plagues. He manipulate genes, and he can bring people about the world. They'll be these folks will be the plague themselves. But the results, they end up looking exactly the same. The world divided into distinct groups of people, bound by strict laws, fighting over who has divine right to rule the earth, waiting on a prophetic clock to hit zero. So, beloved, all I'm saying is this, and I appreciate your time. I'm talking, I'm thinking things out. I wanted to put this on the table for a very long time. So look, at the end of the day, look, whether we reading some Jewish ancient scrolls, right? If we reading the Torah, or we studying lessons of the Nation of Islam, in my estimate now, you are looking at two different accounts of the Supreme Architect, because these stories are coming out of the East. It's like when I was in middle school, right? The teacher used to do this experiment. The teacher would just pull one person out of the classroom. You know, I went to school in Detroit, so it's like 30 of us in there. So the teacher used to do this experiment. She'd pull one of us out, and she'd give us a 30-second. She just talking now. She'd just pull us out, and for 30 seconds, she'd give us information. She just telling a small story, and then she'd come back in the room and sit down, and she'd call another student up, and this other student had to get up, and they had to keep passing this message along. 30 seconds. So the first person got the original story. By the time that story go through the rest of the 30, it done changed up and got wings and everything else, because it just shows you how information, but it all came from the same place. See, human beings have always looked for ways to explain power dynamics. It's just part of our nature. We're going to look for the power dynamic in race and in culture, and then we're going to look for this power dynamic in the laws of culture. So the stories of Yahweh and Yakub prove that it don't matter the era. The blueprint for expanding human destiny is going to always stay consistent. You need a mastermind with a vision. You need a strict code to separate the chosen from the rest. You need an isolated wilderness to forge a new identity amongst people. And then you need a long-term prophetic timeline to show who wins the game in the final chapter. It always worked that way. See, Yahweh does it from the heavens. Yakub, he did it from a lab in Patmos. There's different methods, different books, different faiths, but it's the same exact heavyweight energy, beloved. And we'll leave it there. Peace and black power to you, family. Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. Beloved, this is indeed Real Black Consciousness Forum Podcast. Hey, man, it's your brother V, man. I'm going to get it with you guys later. Peace, beloved, and more. Peace.
The thinking of the people, they saw that in the year 8,400 of this present cycle, a man would be born named Yakub, born with a determined idea to make a new people on this earth, a new people that would be strange and different from any people that had ever been on this planet before.
In truth, there is no conflict at all between a correct translation of the Bible and really proven science, not just unproved theories. One of these supposed conflicts is between the fact that science knows that human beings have lived on the earth far longer than the few thousand years covered by the Bible, and the common belief that the Bible says that Adam was the first man. But the truth is that the Bible nowhere says that Adam was the first man. Yes, I know that most of the preachers say that, but the Bible does not say it. It merely says that Adam was the first man of a new white race. It says that Adam was the first man of a new white race. It says that Adam was the first man of a new white race.
Beloved, make sure you pick up a copy of the new ebook entitled Truth and Faith is Not the Same Thing by author Victorious Justice on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com for $1.99. That's right, this ebook filled with powerful information is only $1.99. Ebook Truth and Faith is Not the Same Thing is a provocative and deeply analytical book that dismantles the comforting myth of harmony between objective reality and spiritual conviction. It posits a stark, uncompromising thesis. Truth and faith are fundamentally adversarial, not complementary. I'm gonna say that one more time. Truth and faith is not the same thing. In fact, truth and faith are adversarial to each other and not complementary. You want to know more? Go to Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com and for $1.99, get your ebook of Truth and Faith is Not the Same Thing by Detroit author Victorious Justice. And beloved, you won't be disappointed. So order your ebook copy or paperback copy today.
Thanks for listening. Remember to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Google, Anchor, Spotify, and Facebook. Also, don't forget to like, share, and comment on the podcast. Your opinion of what you just heard is important to the platform. So yes, beloved, your comments are the engine and fuel to the machine. Stay blessed and have a powerful day.